My brother drained the credit card I left on the table. He smirked and said, I blew it. Imagine, for a second, being branded a thief, kicked out of your own home, and betrayed by the very family who raised you, all while the real culprit, your younger brother, sat there with a smug grin, getting away with everything. Because that's exactly what happened to me, and the way I fought back. It wasn't just about getting my money back. It was about ripping that smug look right off his face and changing everything. My name's Evan. I'm 27, and if you ask anyone who knows me, they'll tell you I'm the responsible one. The guy who remembers birthdays, pays his bills on time, and somehow always ends up being the designated driver. It's just who I am. But in my family, that sense of responsibility wasn't respected. It was exploited. My younger brother, Liam, who's 23, is my exact opposite. Charming, reckless, and he's always managed to deflect consequences onto whoever was closest. Usually me. Growing up, our parents had this baffling blind spot for him. I'd bring home an A- and hear, Evan, you can do better. Meanwhile, Liam would barely scrape by with a C, and Mom would beam like he'd won the Nobel Prize. I used to tell myself they just didn't want to discourage him. But as we got older, the pattern solidified. If Liam forgot his car insurance and got a late fee, I was expected to help him out. If he borrowed money and never paid it back, Mom would give me that guilty smile and say, he's just finding his footing, sweetheart. You've always been so stable. Translation: be the bigger person again, Evan. Last weekend, everything started to unravel. I'd just come home from a brutal week at work, 12-hour days, 3 project deadlines, barely any sleep. I tossed my wallet and keys on the kitchen table, grabbed some water, and went to crash. I didn't even think twice about leaving my credit card out. It was just us in the house. When I woke up, my wallet felt unnervingly light. My stomach dropped as I checked inside. The card was gone. At first, I thought I'd misplaced it, but then I heard it, music blasting from Liam's room. Not just music, but laughter. The kind of laughter that sounded like he'd just won the lottery. I knocked, and he opened the door, a smug grin plastered on his face. What's up, big bro? He said, way too casually. I asked him straight up if he'd seen my card. He didn't even try to deny it. Oh yeah, he said, leaning against the door frame. I borrowed it. Don't worry, I just bought a few things. A wave of pure anger washed over me, but I forced myself to stay calm. What do you mean, a few things? I asked. That's when he pulled out his phone, proudly scrolling through pictures, designer clothes, new shoes, a fancy watch, even screenshots of plane tickets to Miami. Gotta treat yourself sometimes, right? He said, like he was quoting some motivational poster. I just stared. You maxed out my card? I asked, my voice sharper than I intended. He shrugged, completely unfazed. Relax. It's not the end of the world. You make good money, you'll pay it off in no time. Then he laughed. Like this was some big joke. I didn't laugh. I just stood there, frozen, feeling a strange mix of anger, betrayal, and something heavier, utter exhaustion. Because deep down, this wasn't just about a credit card. This was years of being the responsible one, the one who cleaned up every mess, finally boiling over. Just as I was about. Full story link attached below.